Welcome to the Manifesting Millions podcast. I am your host, Rashida McFerrin, and today we're going to be continuing our Rich Auntie Life series, and we're going to be talking about how to pay off your debt. But before we dive into that, I want you to head over to Rashida.ai and grab your exclusive Millionaire Mindset Guide, which is a freebie that gives you specific tips on how to get started on your millionaire journey. We all know that since we live in a capitalist society, in America, one of the main things that most consumers end up being in is what? Debt. Debt comes with everything as far as being an American, but there's a way for you to use debt to your advantage and not necessarily be a slave to it. And so today I'm going to go through three quick tips to help you pay off your debt faster that I've used in the past and I know work like a charm. We're going to dive right in. The number one method that I love to use when you're getting started is the snowball method. I learned this some years ago when I had just started in banking. You pick the smallest one first, and then you start to focus on paying off that debt over time, and you give it a specific amount of time. Once you get that one taken care of, you go to the next smallest debt. And it's almost like you're building step by step by step up to allow you to get to the largest debts. I'll give you an example. You have a $500 to $1,000 balance on a credit card. That credit card is almost maxed out to capacity, meaning like you owe like $950 on it. Start paying off slow payments over time, or smaller payments over time, that will allow you to get to paying off that debt, say in 10 months. If it's asking you to give like the minimum payment, which is $25 a month, that will take you forever to pay off. You can commit to paying $100 a month, and that debt will be paid off in 9 to 10 months. So once that debt is paid off, then you go to the next debt and you keep going until you get your debts paid off. That is the snowball method. And then the next thing that works really well is setting up small automatic payments to come from your bank account. If you have excess income, meaning that you say you have $500 a month that you can use for other allowable expenses, and you can allocate another $50 to pay off your debt. So if you're making the $100 a month payment, and then you have an additional $50 a month payment coming out of the account, then it will speed the process up in regards to bringing that debt balance to zero. And then number three is use a alternate checking account to pay your bills. It helps if you have like a main checking and then like a personal checking. Main checking being the checking account that you use specifically to pay bills out of, and then your personal checking can be the account that you use to add additional money and or spending money for the weekends or during the week. This way you have your finances separated. It allows you to be able to separate your monthly inflow and income in regards to where that money is allocated to. It's really simple if you get started with like something basic like this, instead of overwhelming yourself. If you have, say, $20,000 of debt that you owe, start with the smallest thing first, because that is going to be the easiest way for you to get a hold of your finances in regards to paying off that debt. Then, so here's another thing. Once you pay off the debt, like there is a little trick that you can use in regards to putting your cards on automatic debit for the payments, and then only use that debt or that credit card for like one specific bill a month. And so say you have like, so your internet, your phone bill, your electric bill, your water bill. If you have 4 different credit cards and you want to keep those credit card accounts open because it adds to you having active credit, which builds credit, you showing that you have active open accounts that are paid on time builds your credit. I would allocate the payment for each of those bills to one account to keep it active, and then just go in and pay it off every month, instead of using those credit cards per se for everyday use. You never want to get to a point where you're using credit cards for everyday use in regards to living, because you're just going to lock yourself into a corner and it's going to be harder for you to use that snowball effect to dig out of that debt. Here are the 3 tips. Again, let's go through them. Number 1 is the snowball method. Number 2 is set up automatic payments. And then number 3 is use a second checking account instead of your main checking account in order to pay those bills. That is all for today. Today was going to be a quick, shorty episode. As always, you can head over to Rashida.ai, grab your freebie, and then also check our course offerings. All of my course offerings are listed on my website, or at least click the video and or the prompt that shows you that we're offering $1,000 off of our courses. And that will take you over to my actual course focused website. And as always, you can find us on socials, Rashida McFerrin. That is all for today. I'll see you in the next episode.